Hello students, in this video I will explain you about recoverable schedule. A schedule will be a recoverable schedule. Suppose in a schedule, if we have two transactions T1 and T2, the T1 is reading the value of A which is already updated by T1. Okay, so after reading the updated value of T1, the T2 has to wait until T1 commits the transaction. Why? Because in previous schedule, in irrecoverable schedule, what happens if T2 commits before T1? If there is any failure in the transaction T1, so the database is living in inconsistent state. So in recoverable schedule, what is the condition we have to follow is if a transaction T2 is reading an updated value of T1, the T2 has to wait until T1 commits his transaction. Okay, then T2 has to commit. Then we can say that type of schedule as recoverable schedule. In this example, this schedule contains two transactions. In transaction T1, first transaction T1 executes reading the value of A, deducting its value and writing the value. Next, after that, T2 is reading the updated value of the value which is written by transaction T1 and updating its value and writing. But here T2 is not committing. Why? Because this transaction has to wait until T1 commits its transaction. Why? Because it is reading the value of A. Before T1, if T2 commits, if there is any failure in this transaction or if a transaction fails, they may leave database in inconsistency state. Okay, so always in a recoverable schedule, when a transaction reads updated value of another transaction which is updated previously before T2, T2 has to wait until T1 commits its transaction. So this type of schedule is called recoverable schedule. Again, recoverable schedule is three types, that is cascading schedule, cascadeless schedule and strict schedule. Okay, we will see about first type of schedule, cascading schedule. So in cascading schedule, in a schedule, the transaction here in this if the dependent transaction, that means if one transaction depends on the value of another transaction, then we call them as dependent transaction. So if a transaction fails, the transaction is aborted, then all its dependent transactions should be aborted. That type of schedule is called cascading schedule. See, in this example, first transaction T1 is executing. It is reading a value of X and writing. Okay, next T2 reading value of X and writing. That means this T2 is reading the value of X which is written by the T1, which is stored in temporary buffer of T1. Okay, now T2 read this X value and again it writes T2 X value in again its buffer. Again T3 reads from T2 buffer. That means these are dependent. Suppose if T1 transaction is failed, it will abort the transaction. Then immediately T2 has to be aborted. T3 has to abort. These are called dependent transactions. Okay, if one transaction is aborted, its dependent transaction should be aborted. That type of schedule is called cascading schedule. Then next type of schedule is called cascadeless schedule. Cascadeless schedule means, suppose here we have cascadeless schedule means where every pair of transactions, suppose if we have two transactions T1 and T2. Okay, so here T2 is reading a value. Okay, when it is reading, see here in this example, schedule two transactions T1 and T2. So here first transaction is start executing, reading value of A, writing value of A. Then T2 reads, writes the value of A. After that T1 commits the transaction. So here no failure. So what this T2 is doing, reading the committed value of transaction T1. That means after committing only, the dependent transactions read the value from the previous, that means other transaction. Then that type of transactions are called cascadeless transactions. Okay, see here, the dependent transaction T2 will only read the value of updated value in transaction T1. It will read only the value when this transaction is committed. After committing this transaction T1 only, it reads the updated value from T1. Only it will read. That is called cascadeless schedule. Whereas we have another type of schedule called strict schedule. Okay, so here strict schedule also reads the value. See here example. Okay, this is strict schedule. This is one of the example of a schedule. See here, these are the two transaction T1 and T2. T2 is reading value which is updated by the transaction T1. That means if a transaction two transaction, in a pair of transaction, if a transaction is which can either read or write a value which is already committed by the transaction T1, that type of schedule is called strict schedule. Whereas cascadeless, it will only read the value which is already committed by transaction T1. In strict schedule, it can read the value and also write the value which is already committed by transaction T1. This is called a strict schedule. These are the three different types of schedules of recoverable schedules. Okay, by this we completed the topic schedules.